So let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. All right. So again, thank you all for joining for our Healers Talk Tuesdays. Today, we're actually going to be talking about argon and Orgonite. And I have mine right here. I'm sure Jacob has his different versions. So we're going to be talking about how these benefit us. And yeah, Jacob knows pretty much everything about it. I'm learning about them, and it's pretty cool stuff. Anyhow, my name is Anuschka. I'm an empowerment health coach and energy healer.
Hello, I am Jacob Moya, and I'm also a healer, therapist, and more of a researcher now, which I love.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So yes, Orgonite. I know, like I was looking into it. It's one and the same, right? I don't know why they use one versus the other. That one I couldn't. I haven't discovered that part yet. You're the researcher, so let's go and let's talk about it. So what is this all about?
Well, many years ago, actually, this is a guy that worked with Tesla. And of course, you know what happens, you know, that you start researching things and you start finding things, and then you present it to the people that you are researching for. And sometimes they dismiss it. It's like Tesla, right? He was doing his thing with electricity, and it was completely dismissed by Edison. And so he went out and he continued creating his own thing. And exactly the same thing happened when the guy discovered that certain combination of metals and crystals or stones creating a field that was affecting the magnetic fields. And he started doing his research based on that. He spent most of her lifetime doing that, and went through all kinds of things, you know, ridiculized by the establishment, of course, and he have a group of groupies, you know, just following him and getting into this stuff. And the curious thing here is that the reason why it's Orgonite is because he compares this, and in his studies he discovered that this was the type of energy that we humans experience when we have an orgasm. And this was like trying to replicate the same type of experience, but for the earth. You know, it's like what happens, what combination of factors happen that create this magnetic field, or this energy that can actually change the magnetic fields of the things around. And now, you know, like everything else, you know, it was left alone because he actually, I mean, there's YouTube videos, amazing histories about it, where he was using these canyons with copper and things pointing to the ceiling in order to make rain come to very dry lands. And when he did, you know, it was hard to prove scientifically if it was just a nature effect or if it was his equipment. And most of his research was lost or burned, like Tesla's, you know. But of course, based on the people that was with him and subsequent people getting interested into all this, it became more like a mainstream for the hippie vibe, right? And it's because they look good. I mean, they look cool. They're very unique and different. And but most people use them without knowing all the things that can create for you, and that you can actually be able to produce when you have them. And in my particular case, because I am dyslexic and I have a hard time learning things, I always trying to find why, you know, why things work and what is it that make them work, and so on and so forth. And I'm trying to look for some examples that I have here of different types of.
I'm just gonna show this real quick because this is the copper pieces that are.
Yeah, it's a combination. Like I said, it's not just one thing.
Right.
It's a combination of things, and of course I have a whole collection of things because I've been very vigilant. very proactively, let's put it that way, searching for different things, you know, that work and why they work. So through the time, I was able to test some things until eventually a guy that is like me, but many years younger, in India, he have a whole business creating these things and selling them to the world, was excited with the things that I was coming with. So we start playing together and we figure out a way to make one very powerful. But before we jump into all that, how they look, you know, and what they are for. Yeah. So I have a few samples here. This is something that
oh, that's cool.
That this one was given to me by my mother, and like I said, this is just a combination of things, right? The symbol they have on the front, honestly, I haven't find research-wise any particular difference between something that have a symbol and something that don't have any symbol. And but the combination of the stones with metals, they really make things shine or make them very different, you know. Like here's a pyramid, and here at the center, the holistic center where I work, we have in each office we have one of these. This is another one that is kind of common. I saw actually ads of where they're selling these ones for like $30 in Facebook, but they go as low as $10 probably. And they have stones of certain particular colors that they're supposed to match the colors of your chakras. Right. But honestly, I haven't find that makes any difference, you know. And this is another one, also with a symbol. Is also a pyramid. It was sent to me by this guy from India, from my vendor. It's a gift that he sent me because he was very proud of this one.
Crystals as well, or that because Orgonite.
You know what? Have these things inside that I honestly don't know what they are. It's like a round thing. It looks more like
like it almost looks like spices or something.
Yeah, have some sort of like a spike. Actually, on the bottom it looks better. It's probably a product of a tree or something like that.
Interesting.
And they do taste, when I test them, these ones against these ones, this is a little bit more powerful, but not such a difference, you know. And then there's a company, an American company, that also discovered this thing, because this is not an orgonite, but it's an EMF blocker. I'm trying to remove, because like I said, I always playing with things. This is called a Q-Link, and these retail for like $90, something like that, $91. This is just plastic. And they have a little bit of glue here because I glue a small neodymium magnet on it, and I gave it to my mom for her to use it because it was this was more powerful than these other ones, you know. And this is when we were doing the research and we were playing with magnets, adding a very specific polarity of magnets into the orgonites. And then we come up with the one like Anuschka has, you know. It's we come up with this design that has stones there, and then we made it a little bit smaller because it's easier to carry it on the neck, you know. And we also changed the way that the holder, because it was glue. And yeah, I love them. I love them. The thing is that it's too heavy, you know. It's big. It's big, but yeah. And yeah, it's very beautiful because in these ones in particular, when you put it against the light, I don't know if people can see it here, but
you can kind of see it, but it shines.
It's like watching the stars at night. You know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So now, why we need these things and why we use them?
Yes.
Okay. we cannot make these things to make any changes when it comes to rain, right? Honestly, I haven't been able to. The ones that they were using would look like a huge military canyons, you know. I never seen one of those at work or working or someone playing with them, so I have no idea. But EMF,
is that what he created it for initially? Was to be able to? Is that what?
Yeah, to bring rain, yeah. And but I like I said, I never seen them working and I never measured them, right? So in my particular case, what I was interested in is I noticed that most of the people that come to me for work for healing, like headaches especially, is because of lack of grounding. You know, they have all this energy and they're always like if they have 5 minutes, they pull the phone and they start texting or doing something or watching videos and so on and so forth. So all that energy never goes away. If they go and get into a fight with someone and they experience a stress, they are not able to release that stress. You know, it just gets stuck inside of the body. So now the challenge with that is that your body organs are not receiving the proper amount of energy for your body to work properly. And so, like I said, many of the people that come to me with headaches is like, just remove your shoes, you know, and let's start walking barefoot and it will help you. So now I was trying to find if the organs, since they were affecting magnetic energy, could help us also with these situations. Like, for example, if you have a headache, if you can just grab it in your hand and put it here and it was going to go away. I have mixed results. Not, I'm still on research. We need to add magnets and stuff to it to see if it's going to work or not. But so far, like for some people worked, for some other people didn't. So I still cannot say that as a factual thing they work for them. But the other thing that we have is a lot of pollution, right? And it's electromagnetic pollution. And it's because now we have, like in my case, LTE here all around me, and then I have Wi-Fi in the office, and then we have hotspots all over the place. And all those things are creating a magnetic field as well. And the challenge with that magnetic field is that honestly affect you at the cellular level. I mean, it's incredible because our bodies haven't been able to adapt themselves to that. Now, we can go on the streets and protest against 5G and so on and so forth, but it's still gonna come, you know, because it's part of progress. And eventually the new generations, probably 2-3 generations from here, they're gonna be able to adapt themselves to that. But the older generations are the ones that are struggling, and this is us. So what is it that we can do? So this is when I discovered that with the organs, we were going to actually change the way that the EMFs affect or reach our body, either break it or diminish it, you know. And so usually what I do for people is, like, for example, I pulling up my phone and I am checking a number, like if I were going to call someone. I would love to call someone in particular, but I mean, just bringing the phone up and putting it in here.
Yeah, it's
just
mine, and it's,
you know,
counterclockwise.
Goes exactly counterclockwise. So now, if I throw the organ on top of it, look what happens. It completely shifts. You know, it completely shifts immediately. And as soon as I let go,
it shifts a lot.
It goes back. Yeah. So now it's beautiful when we are doing this in person, and because we can actually see the distance of protection. You know, when I'm working with someone. So if I use this organ, this small one, it still works. You know, it still do the magic. You know, the thing is that when I was measuring the aura field of the people with an organ and without an organ. When I went with this model, it was like, I will say 10 feet probably. I can get 10 feet of aura expansion with this one, and almost 9 feet of protection, you know? And with this one, it was more like 3 feet, you know? And then this other one, the Q-Link, actually it's powerful. It's also, you know, let me do the before and after here, you know, this is my phone. So of course it's gonna go backwards. You know, I have it on like if I'm calling myself, and if I throw this one in, even my pendulum rejected it. You know, it completely shifts, right? So that's great. That's magnificent.
Now,
but the thing,
one time you mentioned there's a difference too, like with the front and the back. Like for instance, I have a case, and I have one of those crystal protector.
Yeah.
Right. So it's right, and I have it on the back. But then I remember we did that, and it was right.
Yeah.
That's like another.
Yeah, the back.
Right. So
yeah, the back is completely protected because I have also an organ inside of this. You know, I use one of these very cheap, free thing, and I open it up and I put all my stuff on it.
Yeah.
And you know, and I put inside my organ stuff, and then when it closes, it's right there. You know. But the challenge with that is that it still don't protect you the front, and when you pick up the phone, it's like this, you know, and you're seeing the phone all the time.
It's more so than wearing than anything, right? Like having.
That's why I use this, and yeah, wearing it, and now we are actually giving away stainless steel chains. So it's a long chain because I want you to protect your heart and your solar plexus chakras, because this is where we absorb most of the stuff, most of the energy. So it really makes a difference. It really helps, you know. So definitely it's something to consider. Now, I have another one here on my back. I was looking for that one, but it's sold by Niken, the guys that do the magnets. It comes in this case, and it costs like $23, and it also helps you a lot to protect from everything, you know. And these are double polarity magnets, and they're very powerful, you know.
I need to get one of those from you.
Yeah. But the thing is that most people don't need them. I have it for my back because I'm running tests right now, and the test is because I also here at the clinic we work a lot with biomagnetism to healing and to change the pH inside of the body, and so there's an area here in our neck, the C3, that controls hormones, but I mean muscles and bones, and the nerves that provide the energy from the brain towards your skeletal system that is kind of like the source, is like the door. So I'm using it because I was having a little pain here on my wrist, and I'm trying it to see if it makes any change, you know, because that's how I discover things, you know, things that occur to me, and then I play with them, and then I if it works for me, I start training other people, and so on and so forth, you know. And but that's pretty much what it is. Now,
I had a quick question though. You mentioned you were checking the different, like the power of each, right? So can you explain how you do that? I know you were saying something about just depending on how many feet away it is. Is that what you were saying? Like, so I would say, for instance, like you said, 10 feet for this one. Right? So then
easily,
do you check yourself then with that, or do you check?
No, I usually check it with someone else. It's way easier to check it with someone else. And remember, when we're checking something, the first thing that we have to do is become neutral. Don't have an expectation for a result, because quantum physics, right? We're gonna affect the result. if we are trying to get a specific result. So what we have to go to do is just become neutral and say, okay, I want to see how it works, and if it works at all, and then what I usually do is I put the person first, and it really depends. It depends on many things, because sometimes we do the exercise that we do before we go into our meditation to release energies and all that stuff, so they can be neutral. And once they clear their aura, I start measuring first the aura. How far from their body their aura is. So I have already by that time 2 measurements. The one that they come from with, and the second is the one that they were able to expand, and when they realign their energy field. And then when they realign their energy field, then I ask them to open the phone, or if they have a hotspot service, put the hotspot, put it on, because that really affects everything. It's like the phone starts working very, very hard at that particular time. And we can see how their energy field compress, until we are able to measure it. And then I remove the phone, and we can see how it goes back up. And then we put it again, and again, here it goes, So it's like, okay, so now let's do it, but let's have an organ on it. And I hang them an organ, and then we see what happens, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, to see how they don't get affected. They can start texting and everything, and the body's not getting affected. So it's amazing. I mean, now many people, because like I said, most of our issues are coming from lifestyle, right? And one of the things that we look for when it comes to lifestyle is in our bedrooms, we tend to put our bed close to where the outlet is, the electric outlet is, so we can connect a multi-contact there, and then connect your phone and all your toys in your nightstand, right? Well, the thing is that you can also see that there's an electromagnetic field coming out of the outlet. And if the outlet is really behind your head and is there for your whole night, it's gonna affect you. It really affects you. So what I do in my particular case, because I have one of those, and my room is not that big, so I have to, I don't have any other way to put the bed, put it that way, because I don't want that on the wall that is facing outside, because on winter it's going to be extremely cold, and on summer it's going to be extremely hot, right? So I want to be on the opposite side. But what I did is I have small pyramids like this one, like the tiny ones, and then I connect the cable and put it on top of it, and then paste it.
Putting something like this under your bed?
Yeah, it works. It works. Definitely works. Yeah.
I will start doing that tonight.
Yeah, and the other thing is, guys, don't put your telephone next to you when you're going to sleep. That is contamination that you're
Make sure
going
you
to
put it
your
on
body.
airplane mode too. That's something I know.
Airplane mode, it's okay. It's okay, but then needs to be Wi-Fi off, because the Wi-Fi usually
only airplane mode. Yes.
Yeah, but no. Actually, if you put it in airplane mode, but you don't turn off the Wi-Fi, the telephone will eventually, in a couple hours, search for a Wi-Fi and reconnect. Because remember that they are selling all our information, right? And so it's like all the applications are back and forth, communicating all the time. I mean, you can see it, because if you put your telephone on a battery safe mode, and I have an iPhone, I don't know the people that have an Android, I'm sure they have that application as well. But I put it in battery safe mode, and I actually have my battery safe mode on the quick access here. I have it right there.
Oh yeah.
And it's because I turn to put it all the time. I have it on all the time.
Oh, rather
and when you do that,
20%. Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but the thing is that they stop the applications stop communicating, and you're gonna see that the battery lasts you forever, because they stop that communication. Yeah. So that can tell you how much information is exchanging your phone with everybody else while you're sleeping and while you're having it next to you. And you can feel the electromagnetics. I mean, the easiest way is just to grab a pendulum or create a pendulum in your case out of anything. You know, you can use any metal, any crystal, even a coin if you want, and just put it next to the phone, and you're gonna see how it moves. You know, and so it doesn't matter what you do. It's gonna do that. And when the phone is connecting with someone else, that expands. You know, and it's like on and off all the time. So try not to sleep next to your phone, guys. It's just put it in the other side or in another room. Another great idea is to have to turn your Wi-Fi off. I mean, I know it's inconvenient, but that's a good idea. You go to sleep with the Wi-Fi
or just make sure like modem,
or to put on the antenna an aluminum cover.
Yeah.
So
making sure like your modem and router and everything is far from your bedroom. That's one of the things we started. Like right now, we ended up putting ours in the garage, and we're just really particular about that. Like I used to put my phone under my pillow. Like when I learned about all this stuff, I'm like, oh my god! Like before everything I went through, which I'm like, oh god, I'm sure then the tumor was getting, feeding off of that.
Because it's affecting you. It's horrible. And there are many studies about it. I mean, they're not public because of course they're getting repressed. But what I try to do is, instead of just believe in everything and all the conspiracy theories, I try to prove them myself. That's what I do. I mean, I try to find out by myself, and I can use an instrument. I have instruments with me at all times to help me measure stuff. I carry them with me, but there's also the other way, because instruments try to replicate what you can do with this, right? With
sometimes they have issues, because I remember I got one of those and it kept giving me different readings, and I'm like, this
because it's no constant.
It was not consistent, so I was like, I'm returning this.
No, the thing is that all things electrical or magnetic are not constant. That's why they have waves, because they go up and down, up and down, up and down. So when you're measuring, they're going up and down all the time. But with the pendulum, it's perfectly good. I mean, you can go to an outlet and touch the. Let me see if it's long enough.
No, I'm like, I have one right here.
Look, you can touch one side, and I can tell that this is the negative side. And you can touch the other side, and I can tell this is the positive side of electricity. Because basically this is physics. I mean, there's no woo-woo thing here. It's just physics. It's the electromagnetic field. It's we do it with magnets too. I think we did it before when we were talking about pendulums. If you have a negative charge,
battery,
it's gonna move that way, one way. With the battery. You can do it with the battery, you can do it with the magnet, you can do it with everything, and you can check on your bedroom, just putting your fingers around, or just bringing your pendulum next to where you put your head on, and see how the field is in that particular area, and then put an orgone and see the changes. And it's impressive. When I started playing with this, I was like, oh my god, wow. Fascinated by this stuff.
Very fascinating, definitely.
So this is something that you guys may want to consider, or at least get some. The thing with Nikon is that it's very expensive. Their magnets are very good, but they're very expensive. I have tiny magnets from Nikon that I use for very particular things, and I think these ones are like $10 for 12 magnets. The tiny little things, but they're not very powerful, right? Because they're tiny little things. It's just like a bunch of magnets here. So. But like I said, I mean, you really want to consider these orgone things or orgonite things I have this exclusive line. No one else in the universe have one of this. It's because it was our creation, and I have them for sale. They retail for $30, and they're magnificent, magnificent. And of course, if you buy 10 or more, you get a wholesaler price, which is, I don't know, 20%, something like that, 20-25%, probably 30% off. So, but that's how it is, you know, and they come just in a very simple package. But what is good is that, like I said, we include a leather, oh gosh, a leather thread and a metal. It looks like silver, but it's actually stainless steel, so it's very inexpensive. But it's for you guys to have something while you use a regular chain. And ladies, try to carry it on your bra, you know, inside of your bra. I don't know, like with a pin or something, you know, just put it there. And that will do everything for you. I mean, it will really help you, because I know the ladies kind of like want to have different stuff all the time. And it's kind of like, you know, they use it just for fashion, and it's not going to work when you are not wearing it. I mean, that's for sure, you know.
Well, and the other thing is, I even early this morning, I saw a lady that she was carrying her, like a lot of women do that. They'll carry their phone like right here or right here.
Oh my God, that's bad. That's bad.
If I see my friends and I'm like, don't do that. Or put something like this on to protect yourself.
But even though, I mean, you're playing with fire when you're doing that kind of things, you know. It's like no bueno, definitely no bueno. You don't want to do that kind of crazy things. Now, these are things that the earth did for us, you know. People ask me, for example, if they have stones like quartzes or certain particular stones that they want to carry because it's the birthstone or the month stone or the color stone or the chakra stone and that kind of thing, or crystals.
Or they even have one, shungite, which is supposed to be for EMF as well, right? So, but I'd love for you to talk about crystals.
Yeah, well, the thing with that is that the challenge that I discovered with crystals is that they absorb energy, and that's what they are supposed to do, absorb energy. But in their natural environment, they absorb the energy and they bring it down into the earth. You know, and in the way that we have it now, when you cut it out of the place where its natural is, you polish it and you pull and you're hanging it, they're still gonna do the thing that naturally it was supposed to do, you know, which is absorb energy, but then it's never releasing that energy, you know. So if you check with your pendulum, the magnetic field of that crystal is like going backwards, you know. And believe me, I have people that give me with clients that they give me with things, because when they see my pendulum that is just plain glass, it's like, oh no, I got you a better pendulum. Yeah, but you know what? This is the best thing for what I do, because that's the reason why, you know, it's so cheap that they don't hold any energy. You know, so I don't have to clean it. I don't have anything with it. I can use it for 1%.
That's the keys. You have to always clear it and check it. It's like check to see, okay, you know, is it going counterclockwise? So that's one of the things. If I am going to wear my crystals, I now check them, because I love the crystal bracelets. Like I love them. I love their healing properties, because they do have healing properties. And
but let them release the energy, you know. So put it into the floor. I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and they will discharge. It's an automatic, you know. They know what to do. As soon as you ground them, it's like they flush everything out. You check them again, they're good. Okay, just wear it, you know. And after you wear it, I mean, it's gonna charge again, you know. So that's what it is. I mean, sometimes, believe me, I go to visit friends and they have these altars at the entrance of their houses with all these different crystals and things. And I mean, just walking by that place is like, and it's supposed to be a nice place, a nice area, and it's awful. The energy in that place is awful. Why? Because it's been grabbing the energy, and it's just right there. And that energy is vibrating there. It's not going anywhere though, but it's still there, you know? So you gotta be careful with those things. You gotta be
We
careful.
have a comment. Hi, Kim. We have a comment on Facebook, and she said, I'm so interested in this. It's cutting out. So sorry about that, Kim. Hopefully you can hear us better. I don't know what's happening. But she's interested in getting some magnets. So I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
reach out to you. Yeah, she can reach out to you, and definitely. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's for my clients. Nick can have a retail price and a wholesale price. For my clients, the people I work with is like I give them a break. You know, I give them a break because Nick can work as a what's called this multi-level marketing things.
Mm,
And but I don't use it that way. I just use the products that they're very good for, like the water thing, the water purifier. It's amazing. It's have a magnet also, but have the filter, which is huge, powerful filter, and then they have mineral rocks. You know, so it's a whole system, and it's magnificent. I check it in the microscope, the water from there, and the water for the filters I have here at the office, and the difference is huge. You know,
wow.
it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. So yeah, she can definitely reach out, and even for the organs and all the things, the pendants that we have, you can reach Anuschka or you can reach me, and we get it for you guys, and that's definitely something that we do. We can always mail it everywhere.
Yeah, she said, welcome to Mercury retrograde. Yeah.
I know. Huh?
I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it. She says she's got a pocket full of crystals. So yeah, so place them on the concrete ground somewhere and
Yeah, you know what you can do? It's try to find. It's hard to find though, but try to find like a copper plate, and then have a copper cable connected to that plate, and put it into. You know that she's from America or no?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because the outlets they come like this, right? The electric outlets. So one is positive, one is negative, and the other is ground.
Right.
This, especially in the new houses, is connected to a ground pole that goes into the earth, and it helps you to flush the stuff. So if you connect to the ground, or if you're living in an old house, try to find a way to run a cable all the way down to the floor. Unless you're in a building, you know, it's gonna be complicated. But if you're in a house, you can run a cable through the window and just place it into into copper plate, and then every time that you use them, when you finish, just put it there, you know, and they're gonna recharge it. They all gonna be recharged, grabbing the stuff and releasing it there, you know, and it will be very, very helpful for you.
Now, I've also heard, and I don't know, maybe this is something, because I know you're not much into crystals, but I also heard there's this particular one called selenite that doesn't, it's like one of the only ones, almost like glass, where it doesn't really absorb energy. And it's supposed to be one that apparently also can.
Yeah, we actually, this guy from India, he's playing with it, and we're running tests and things of that sort. And I think that in this pendant, I cannot tell you exactly what combination we have, because it took months, you know, and it took us months to try certain things and certain combinations, and then running the tests, and some were working better than others, until we fine-tuned it to a place where it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that's when we stopped playing, tricking with it. It was like, I mean, 10 feet. I mean, what else you want, right? It's like nothing in the market right now that I find, because I work a lot with magnets, and the magnets, like I said, is this type, you know, it's like black, and because we use them to bring the body pH levels to an optimum with magnets. There's a whole system for that. And that's what we do here at the center. It's one of the things that we do here at the center. So I see the power of magnets, and I have a whole healing process, a self-healing process with magnets in an application on the phone that helps you a lot, a lot. It's kind of like the Healy, but I will say that this is the prehistoric version of the Healy,
Right.
you know, because the Healy is like, and they do everything for you.
Yeah.
Now here you have to do it on your own. You know, you need to discover the point and then put a magnet there, put another magnet in another place. And
Yeah,
then,
but
and
you've
then
done that for
allow you.
me a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, I
And
mean,
it
with
helps you to
emotion
reduce
code,
a lot of pain.
I started using that after learning it from you. I've been using emotion code and with the magnets, and I've seen some profound impacts with clients. Actually, I'm like, wow, it
Yeah,
does make a difference.
yeah.
Oh, it's really awesome.
Yeah. So that bring me to try to put magnets in here, but it was actually the magnetic field was affecting the
Ooh,
field of this thing. So
awesome.
and when I was playing with magnets in here, it was the opposite effect. Why? I have no clue, you know. But definitely
I love
that
it.
there's one stone inside of here that that was getting affected with a
Mm,
magnet, you know. So
mm.
it's interesting stuff,
Yeah,
very interesting stuff.
really, really awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, this was awesome. I think lots of people that have been watching, I'm sure, are gonna be interested in some of the
Yeah,
organs
yeah, they're
that
gorgeous
we
pieces.
have too. So yeah, reach out to us, me, Jacob, and then we can definitely walk you through how to get your own. And yeah, and otherwise, just I would definitely take on some of those tips that we shared in regards to EMF. It is, it is real.
It is real.
It is.
I sleep with mine. I sleep with mine, and
Yeah,
my
I'm gonna
mother
start
sleeps with
putting this under
hers.
my
You
pillows.
know, so it's like it does help. It
Yeah,
does help. You know, so it's up
absolutely.
to you guys.
I believe it. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, for those of you that get pulled to join our meditation tonight, it's every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we do an amazing aura cleansing, chakra rebalancing, and release negative energies, and a deep meditation, healing, forgiveness, all the great stuff, all in 1 hour,
Yeah.
which is absolutely amazing. Join us tonight. We'll definitely share more around that. And I feel like I was going to say something else about it, but I don't remember now. Oh, it's $20. That's really it. Like it's $20.
Yeah.
It's it. It's that, and you get so much out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, guys. Definitely, guys. Give it a shot because, like I said, I'm coming from the place of self-healing. You know, they discover things that help you heal. So all our process of the meditation, all our protocol is part of a self-healing type of meditation. It's very, very different from what an application can give you or the things that you can learn from other people. You know. It's very unique. There's no we don't have it online. We don't have it's very specific
And it's very unique
and
to each person.
profound changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and it's very unique to each person too. Every person has their own experience. I've had some really profound experience, and I feel like I'm starting to channel in a
Yeah.
way that I'm finally starting to understand in some sense. So it's actually been really beautiful process. So yeah. So I'm grateful to you,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's been a journey, that's for sure.
Yes, it really has. Anyhow, thank you all for joining. And that is it for our Healers Talk Tuesdays. Till next week.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.